Chapter 5. Ishwara and Prapancha. God is named Ishwara by Shastras. The entire cosmos with Earth, planetary systems, stars and galaxies are named Prapancha, universe. What is called as Ishwara and Prapancha is said to be Samashti, totality. What is said about Jiva that emerged severally from this is called Vyashti, individuality. We have already seen about Jiva in the 4th chapter. This is Vyashti philosophy. Now we will see the truth of universe, the Samashti philosophy. As our body is classified as physical body, subtle body and causal body, the Prapancha also has 3 classifications such as Sthula Prapancha, physical universe, Sukshma Prapancha, subtle universe and Karana Prapancha, causal universe. The 5 physical elements, namely earth, water, fire, air and space that can be apparently seen constitute Sthula Prapancha, physical universe. Where have these Sthula Prapancha, physical 5 elements come from? They have come from Sukshma, subtle 5 elements of universe. These subtle 5 elements are collectively known as Sukshma Prapancha, subtle universe. Where has this subtle universe come from? Just like the subtle body that came from the causal body, the subtle universe also came from causal universe. As the subtle body is embedded in the causal body, the physical and the subtle universe are embedded in the causal universe. Jiva's individual subtle body getting dissolved in the causal body is known as Laya, dissolution. Laya is the dissolution of individual Jiva. It is also the last stage in the cycle of creation, preservation and destruction of the universe. The total dissolution of the Prapancha, universe, is called Pralaya, total dissolution. Pra indicates whole or total. The causal body, that is the cause of the Jiva, is called as Avidya, ignorance. The causal existence, that is the cause of Prapancha, universe, is called as Maya, illusion. Causal body depends on Atma. In the same way, Maya depends on Brahman, the universal Atma. The causal body and the Maya are incomplete by themselves. They have the nature of Jatam, inert matter. Due to the union with Atma or Brahman, they attain the state of existence, being. They attain consciousness. When the causal body is in union with the Atma, it is known as Jiva. In the same way, when Maya, the causal universe, is in union with Brahman, it is known as Ishwara. Atma plus causal body equals Jiva. Brahman plus Maya or causal universe equals Ishwara. We mold the clay into a shape of a pot. Can we remove the clay from the pot? Is there something called pot in the absence of clay? There is nothing called pot separately. Clay can be there without the pot. Pot cannot be there without clay. The aspect of pot can exist only in its state of union with clay. Pot is Maya. It attains the nature of existence on union with Brahman. We need a person to mold the pot out of clay and also the intelligence to make it. But Maya itself takes the form as existence. Ishwara alone develops as universe. Ishwara creates the universe from him. Like a spider which spins its web through its intelligence, Ishwara creates the universe. There is ignorance in the intelligence of the Jiva, whereas there is no ignorance in the intelligence of Ishwara. The one who has the intelligence without ignorance is Ishwara. Ishwara has the understanding that his real nature is Brahman only. But Jiva does not have such understanding by birth. It assumes that it is Anatma and is ignorant of Atma. Like Atma, Brahman also has a form of Sat plus Chit plus Ananda. Brahman has the nature of Sat, the nature of Chit, and also the nature of Ananda. Does Brahman have gunas, qualities? Brahman has no gunas, qualities. So it is called Nirguna Brahman, quality-less Brahman. But Maya has got 3 gunas, qualities. Maya has the 3 gunas, the Sattva guna, the Rajas guna, and the Tamas guna. Brahman and Maya does not have any beginning. Hence, Brahman and Maya are known as beginningless Anadi. Maya is the causal universe. Through the gunas in Maya, the subtle universe and physical universe emerge. When the aspect of sound, Shabda, joins with 3 gunas of Maya, such as Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, the subtle element space or ether, Akasha, manifests. In that Akasha, the 4 gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, sound are present. When the aspect of touch sensation, Sparsha, combines with Akasha, the subtle element air, Vayu, manifests and emerges. The Vayu manifested in this manner has 5 gunas. The 3 gunas of Maya, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, combined with the Shabda and Sparsha. After Vayu, the air element came from Akasha. The fire element Agni got created from Vayu. When the quality of appearance Rupa joins with air element Vayu, the subtle element fire Agni is formed. Rupa is outward appearance and one of the 5 subtle senses. How many gunas are possible in this fire element Agni? The 5 gunas that we saw in air element, Vayu, 3 plus 1 plus 1 equals 5, and the 6th one, Rupa, are together manifested in the fire element. When the quality of taste, Rasa, joins with the fire element, water element Up is formed. Rasa is one of the 5 subtle senses. This water element Up has the 6 gunas of the fire element and the 7th one, the Rasa. From the element of water, the subtle element of the earth element, Prithvi, is formed. When the quality of smell, Gandha, combines with the subtle element of water, the earth element, Prithvi, emerges. The subtle element of earth has 3 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus quality of smell, which are 8 guna aspects. Thus, the 5 types of subtle elements, Akasha, space, Vayu, air, Agni, fire, Up, water, Prithvi, earth, emerge. All these are the energies of Panchabhuta, 5 elements in subtle form. We can experience them only when they manifest in physical form. The subtle body and the Stula Panchabhuta, 5 elements in physical form, are created from the subtle 5 elements. Let us see next how they are formed. Let us first see how the Sukshma subtle body is formed. It is said that the subtle body, which is of 19 aspects, emerges from the subtle 5 elements. We have already seen in the previous chapter that the subtle body has 17 aspects. The Chitta, the inbuilt structure of mind and ego, are the 2 aspects combined with the above 17 aspects and stated as 19 aspects. Let us see that. We have seen the subtle element of Akasha, space, has 4 gunas, and the other subtle elements of Vayu, air, Agni, fire, up, water, and Prithvi, earth have 5, 6, 7, 8 gunas respectively. Now, instead of considering as stated above, let us assume that each subtle element has only the 3 gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Due to the gunas of Sattva and Rajas, the subtle body with 19 aspects emerges from 5 subtle elements. Through Sattva Guna, the 5 Jnanendriya energies and Antakarana, the mind, emerge. Through Rajas Guna, 5 Karmendriyas and 5 Pranas emerge. Thus, the subtle body with 19 aspects is formed. Let us see further. The Sattva Guna in the Akasha, space, creates the Jnanendriya of hearing. The Sattva Guna in the Vayu, air, creates the Jnanendriya to touch and feel. The Sattva Guna in the Agni, fire, creates the Jnanendriya of seeing. The Sattva Guna in the up, water, creates the Jnanendriya of taste. The Sattva Guna in the Prithvi, earth, creates the Jnanendriya of smell. Thus, Sattva Guna in each of the elements creates the respective Jnanendriyas, sensory energies. The aggregate Sattva Guna of all the 5 elements together creates our Antakarana, the mind. This Antakarana is divided into 4 parts. When it is divided so, the first part is also given the name mind. The Antakarana is divided into 4 parts as Manas, mind, Buddhi, intellect, Chitta and Ahankara, ego. Manas, mind, refers to thinking something, getting confused as to this or that, anger and grudges, showing various emotions like happiness, sorrow, etc. Buddhi, intellect, refers to judging and deciding on something. Chitta is the place where the mental impressions, which are the cause of our thoughts and emotions, reside. Chitta is the organ part of mind responsible for memory and character. This is the cause of our thoughts. Ahankara, ego, refers to the aspect of assuming Anatma as I. For these Antakarana aspects too, there are Adi Devatas, presiding deities. Deity for mind is moon. Deity for Buddhi, Brahma. Deity for Chitta, Vishnu. Deity for ego, Rudra. Thus, the 5 Jnanendriya and Antakarana that reside in the subtle body emerge from the Sattva Guna of the Sukshma Panchabodhas, subtle 5 elements. Similarly, through the action quality of Rajas, the Karmendriyas of the subtle body and the 5 Pranas emerge. From the Rajas Guna of space, Akasha, the Karmendriya, action energy of the speech through mouth is created. From the Rajas Guna of air, Vayu, the Karmendriya of lifting hands is created. From the Rajas Guna of fire, Agni, the Karmendriya of using the legs is created. From the Rajas Guna of water, up, the Karmendriya of excretion of stools is created. From the Rajas Guna of earth, Prithvi, the Karmendriya of urination is created. Thus, the Jnanendriyas, sensory energies, and the Karmendriyas, action energies are formed. These Jnanendriya energies and Karmendriya energies are invisible subtle energies. Only through these the sense organ systems and the action organs function. Just like the aggregate of Sattva Guna aspects in the 5 elements that created the mind, which is the Antakarana, all the Rajas Guna aspects in the 5 elements aggregate to create the 5 prana energies. Thus, from the subtle 5 elements, Due to the Sattva and Rajas gunas, the subtle body with 19 aspects has been created. The formation of Sthula Panchabhuta, physical 5 elements, from the Sukshma Panchabhuta, subtle 5 elements only remain. How is it formed? Of the 3 gunas, Sattva and Rajas have already been used. The third guna, which is the Tamas quality alone, has not yet been used. Through this Tamas quality, the physical 5 elements, that which can be seen by us, are formed. How they are formed? The system of their forming is named as Panchikarana, the Vedantic theory of how matter came into existence, originating from the primordial 5 subtle elements. What is that Panchikarana? Let us assume that there are 5 students. Everyone has a paint that is of a different color. Green, red, yellow, blue and white are the 5 colors of the paints that they have. Everyone develops interest in the paint kept by the other one. Everyone shares the paint in a ratio. This way, everyone's paint goes to everyone else. What ratio is that? Everyone keeps with himself half of the paint that they have. The balance half portion is divided into 4 parts and shared equally with the other 4. Thus, Akasha, space element, retains with it the half of its tamas quality, divides the balance half to 4 parts and shares with other 4 elements. Like this, the other 4 elements also in turn share their gunas. The tamas quality aspects of other elements also come and reach the Akasha space element. This system is called Panchikarana. With this, the tamas quality aspects of all the elements blend with all other elements. It is in this blended state that the Panchabhuta, 5 elements in their Sthula physical state of space, air, fire, water and earth emerge. This is known as Sthula Prapancha, physical universe. It is from this Sthula Panchabhuta, physical 5 elements, that our Sthula Sharira, physical body, has evolved. Shastras have described the details of the creation of Ishwara and the details of the creation of the universe in this way. How should we use these charts? If these are used for reading and understanding, it is not going to help. It should be used only to keep in memory what was read and understood.